Yeah. I'd like to welcome everybody to my podcast. Yo, I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. And guys, we got to talk about some football in this podcast episode, guys. This might not be a long episode, so, I might try to keep this kind of short, but the football season is getting closer and closer, and I am excited like I am every year. But, I do have some doubts this year about the Buffalo Bills. I'm a huge Buffalo Bills fan. I've been a Bills fan since I was a little shorty, you know what I'm saying? And, I've seen the Bills, 4 Super Bowl runs, losing all 4, you know what I mean? And people still like to remind us, Bills fans, Bills Mafia, shout out to the Bills Mafia, you know what I mean? And people and fans still like to remind us of the 4 Super Bowl losses, which was eons ago. And I cannot wait till that day where we are heisting the trophy, Super Bowl trophy, the Lombardi, you know what I mean? Because I am sick and tired of people talking about the 4 straight Super Bowl losses. Even though that was eons ago, even though we are in a whole new NFL, and it's not even the same game no more, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I truly believe that you don't stay down forever. Like, the Bills were horrible for 15 plus years. I mean, they were like the doormat of the NFL. They were the laughing joke of the NFL for a very long time before Josh Allen came in the picture, you know what I mean? Blunder after blunder as far as like drafting NFL rookies. I remember for a long time that the team would draft running backs like every year, like, you know what I'm saying? Marshawn Lynch, and then they had Willis McGahee. I think that was his name. And they would draft a running back every year, even though we had a running back who could get the job done. We always been strong at running back for a long time. We had Thurman Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Willis McGahee was another strong running back. I thought he was really good, you know what I mean? Marshawn Lynch, who played here as well, you know what I'm saying? We always had strong running backs, you know what I mean? Until recently, we have become the team that, the running back position has been the weakest position on our team. And for the past, 5 or 6 years, Josh Allen has been the best runner on our team, and that needs to change. So the guys that we have on the squad this year needs to step it up in order for us to move to the big dance, man. It's the big dance or nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? This team has had really good records in the AFC. We have, for the most part, dominated the AFC East ever since Tom Brady left the division. And we have won the AFC East, 3 times in a row or something like that? So, or 2 times in a row? Oh, was it 3 times in a row? Maybe it was 3. I don't know. So it's time for this team to step it up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time for this team to make it to the big dance. I think that the coach, the coach taking over the defensive position, you know what I'm saying, might be an improvement from, the past defensive coach who had the team as far as defensive wise. And him stepping down, I'm not good with names. Sometimes I forget names that go in and out of my mind. The older I get, the more forgetful I get with names, and I didn't write names down or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator who stepped down this year, you know what I'm saying? He did a good job, but I think that we needed to move in another direction as far as the defense is concerned. And it's time, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the Bills to bring home a championship. You know what I'm saying? It's time for the Buffalo Bills to put to rest all the doubt people have for this team. People got a lot of things to say, even about the city of Buffalo. You know what I mean? They say that nothing's there in Buffalo. All it does is snow. And that's only in the winter time that it snows very heavily. But we get summer, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, we get summer and fall and all. We get all 4 seasons, man. Like, you know what I mean? But, it doesn't snow crazy all the time in Buffalo. What it is that when it's really time to snow, it snows. Like, you know what I'm saying? The lake effect snow is crazy. Like, if you don't know anything about lake effect snow, that's that snow that blows, when the lake freezes over and then the snow blows over the city. That's lake effect, you know what I'm saying? And that can be very crippling to any other city, you know what I mean? But cities like Buffalo, Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, they are used to dealing with heavy amounts of snow because, all those cities live they're right near Lake Erie. So, like Buffalo and Cleveland got a lot of similarities as far as like the city, the teams. You know what I'm saying? Both teams come out the AFL league, and surprisingly, the Bills were one of the top tier teams in the AFL before they crumbled, and only some of the remaining teams from the AFL survived, like Cleveland and Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? And they joined the NFL when they merged. So, the Bills have 2 championships in the AFL. I know that people say, well, that doesn't count. Well, the AFL at that time were the more superior team. They had the most talent. You know what I'm saying? The NFL at the time, in the 60s and around that time, they were on the verge of bankruptcy. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't for the merge, the NFL wouldn't be around today. You know what I mean? Same goes with the NBA. You know what I mean? When the teams merged in the NBA was on the verge of bankruptcy as well in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Until Michael Jordan came and saved the whole league. You know what I mean? So, will the Bills finally heist that trophy this year and be named champions? Man, I hope so, man. I really do, man. I truly believe that Josh Allen will bring a championship to Buffalo. He's got to stop making these little small mistakes and these wild throws at times. But, also, too, the offensive line, they really have to make sure that the offensive line protects him. You know what I mean? If the offensive line don't protect him, then he can't really do his job properly. You know what I'm saying? And there's no excuses this year because we have talent on the offensive side of the ball. We've been the number 1 defense the past, 3 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Tremaine Edmonds is gone, but I don't think that's a huge loss. You know what I'm saying? Tremaine Edmonds was good, the linebacker. He was good, but I felt like he could have brought more to the table defensively. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like he just left a lot of football out in the field at times, and he seemed lost at times on defense. So he never really seemed like he had full confidence on defense and being a defensive guy who made the calls on defense as a linebacker, middle linebacker, I think he played. So, we'll see, man. We'll see. I am excited, you know what I'm saying? Excited about the season, but it's not like in years past where I just felt like we were just going to win it all. All we had to do was go through the motions of the NFL and the season and, and bring home that championship, man. But Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? We got to get past Patrick Mahomes, and we got to get past the quarterback from the Bengals, man. I forgot his name, but he's really good too. And he seems to have issues with getting past Patrick Mahomes as well, man. Patrick Mahomes, man, I don't like, you know what? It's not the fact that he wins. It's just the fact that he's got this like face you really want to hit with like a baseball bat. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's got this like smirk on his face, like, you know what I'm saying, that really annoys the hell out of me, man. I really want to take like a baseball bat and smash him in the head. Like, seriously. And it's not because he's got 2 championship rings, you know what I'm saying? He's got 2 Super Bowl rings. I just don't like the guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Right along with Tom Brady. I thought Tom Brady, like Patrick Mahomes to me is very arrogant. You know what I'm saying? He's very arrogant. You know what I mean? Same with Tom Brady. I never thought Tom Brady was really that good, man. I thought that he benefited from the system he was in. You know what I'm saying? With the coach in New England, I really felt like he benefited from the system. He was a perfect fit for that system, and him being drafted where he was drafted, damn near like the last person to be drafted in that. What year did he come out? Year 2001, 2000. He just had a determination to get better. When Tom Brady, when he first played, he didn't really throw the ball that well. You know what I'm saying? Everything was super inaccurate when he first came in the league, man. You know what I mean? He wasn't really that accurate when he first came in the league. But over time, he just got really, really good and really better at reading defenses. You know what I'm saying? But far as like quarterbacks today, who's the best quarterback right now? I mean, you have to get at the Patrick Mahomes until somebody knocks him off the throne. You know what I'm saying? The Bills still have a window of opportunity to win the Super Bowl this year, but they're gonna have to do it as underdogs, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's picking them to be favorites. You know what I mean? They haven't proved that they can get past the divisional round. You know what I'm saying? They did it one time in this 3-year stretch, and now Josh Allen is coming into his prime of his career. They gotta show and prove, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna give them that W and give them that trophy like they did last year. Like, everybody was picking Buffalo last year, the year before. You know what I mean? Josh Allen's first year come out when he went to the AFC Championship. Nobody expected Buffalo to be there. You know what I'm saying? When they did make it to the AFC Championship. I think that players like Frank Gore Frank Gore leaving his team was a huge miss. And I know that Frank Gore really didn't contribute stat-wise, but having that veteran, having somebody who's been through the trenches and seen it all, and I believe Frank Gore didn't he win a title? I'm not sure. Or make it to the Super Bowl championship? I'm not sure. But he's definitely a Hall of Famer, yo. You know what I mean? He's definitely a Hall of Famer. But we will see, man. I'm excited. I'm so happy that the NFL is back, but again, will the Buffalo Bills choke? You know what I'm saying? Because we have in Buffalo sports history, we have had a lot of teams choke. That 15-year stretch where the Bills were just awful. They choked in a lot of games where they were up in the game. The Sabres as well, no goal, you know what I'm saying? 4 Super Bowl losses. Know what I mean? Like, it just goes on and on and on far as like devastation in watching a lot of these football games that the Bills have played, and all the Bills games I've seen since, becoming a fan as a little kid. And I've been a fan a long time. Joe Ferguson, you know what I mean? I remember watching Joe Ferguson play, you know what I'm saying, towards the end of his career, you know what I'm saying? And playing with Buffalo, of course. And, of course I remember the Kellys, you know what I'm saying? It still like blows my mind, those teams from the 90s, the Bills teams that went to 4 Super Bowl straight did not pull off not one Super Bowl, man. Know what I mean? Did not pull off that first one. Definitely we should have had. But what was the coach for the Patriots, who was the coach for the Giants that year that we played the Giants in the Super Bowl 25? I forget names, but you know who he was. He was the defensive coordinator for that Giants team that year. And he completely slowed down that Bills offense, which was a juggernaut. Like, they were stacked. And his defensive expertise in slowing us down and slowing the pace of the game down. See, he knew he had to slow the pace of the game down. I remember that game like it was yesterday. And, there was plenty of opportunities we could have really blew the game wide open. A lot of missed opportunities. You know what I'm saying? It should have never came down to a field goal in that game. Never. You know what I mean? That team was just way too stacked. You talking about James Lofton, Andre Reed, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, you know what I'm saying? Cornelius Bennett, man, just on and on. Keith McKellar, Kevin Hall. I mean, they were stacked, man. That team was absolutely stacked. You know, and they shouldn't have lost that game, man. But we're in a new day and time, and, you know, it's all about throwing that rock, and Josh Allen has a huge arm. And, you know, I'm hoping that the team has put a team around him where he doesn't have to do anything. And that's been the downfall of the Buffalo Bills. They've been a great season team, you know what I'm saying? But the downfall has been they can't protect him very well, and Josh has to do everything. You know what I'm saying? He has to be pretty much like Superman, you know what I mean? Superman and do everything. You know, run the ball, pass the ball, you know, at times block. You know what I'm saying? Like, Josh Allen is a freak of nature as far as physical ability. But Josh Allen sometimes makes blunders in critical parts of the game, and he needs to clean that up. If he wants to be an elite quarterback and not just a really good quarterback, where I think he's not elite yet, you know what I'm saying? He's not an elite quarterback yet. I don't think so. And he's on the Madden cover, which I'm worried about that too. The Madden curse. You know what I'm saying? And I know Josh Mahomes was on the Madden cover and nothing happened to him. But, you know, I'm kind of worried about him being on the Madden cover. I don't know why he would choose to be on the Madden cover. You know, all the players that were on the Madden cover, careers pretty much crumbled except Josh Mahomes. Or Patrick Mahomes, I'm sorry. So I'm a little worried about that too, man. The Madden cover. I know it's just some conspiracy, thing that people made up, but it's kind of odd how most players that were on the Madden cover, except maybe one or two, careers just tanked after he went on the Madden cover, man. Just think about all the players that were on the Madden cover and they end up getting injured the next year, or they just disappeared. Like, you know what I'm saying? Their season is their careers just went kaput, and then, you know, there was nothing else from them. But I'm a little worried about that. I'm not gonna front, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna give no energy to that, man. I think that I see the Bills, going, you know, I see the Bills winning 12 games this year, man. 11, 12 games. Like I said, they have the offensive power, but I don't think they have the offensive power they once did 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I think they were at their strongest 2 years ago when they made it to the AFC Championship. I think that was the strongest offensive team to this day in the Josh Allen era. And this team right now, it's got a lot of young players on it right now. You know what I mean? And they have to show improve. A lot of young talent on this team offensively, but, you know, we gotta see if the offensive line can hold up and keep Josh Allen upright. We gotta see if they can get a consistent running game, and not a running game from Josh Allen, from other players as well. You know, we got a young running back and James Cook, you know what I'm saying? So we got to see if James Cook is going to be who we think he can be in this league. You know, he's kind of light, but, you know, we got to see what's going to happen, man. Can he continuously keep a consistent running game? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about Josh Allen running all over the place. He's at the point in his career that he can't be running all over the place. He's going to eventually get seriously injured. And I believe that he understands this now. Josh Allen at this point in his career needs to become a pocket quarterback at this point in his career. All that running and all that goofy stuff he does, diving over people and all that, And Josh Allen's game reminds me a whole hell of a lot of John Elway. You know what I'm saying? John Elway was the same player that Josh Allen is, like straight up and down. I watched John Elway's whole career. Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, that whole amazing era of players that came out in the 80s. I'm sorry, that 80s draft. What's that? The 84 draft. Those players. I mean, I watched them. I watched their whole careers. You know what I'm saying? And Josh Allen reminds me a lot of John Elway. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until late in John Elway's career that he finally understood how to manage a game and when to run. You know what I'm saying? He understood when to run. You know what I mean? And that's what Josh Allen's got to learn. He's got to learn when to run the ball. You dig what I'm saying? And just not just to run for the hell of running because he can, but he's got to know when to do it. And that's when he's going to become the most dangerous and the most effective. Not saying what he's doing right now is not effective, but he's got to grow as a player. He's got to take it to the next level. You dig what I'm saying? He's got to become elite. And right now he's just a good quarterback, a really good quarterback. He's not elite. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, yo, what are you talking about? Josh Allen's not elite." He's not elite. You dig what I'm saying? He has not gotten the Bills out of the divisional round the past 2 years. Made it once to the AFC Championship, and he's got embarrassed by each game except for the AFC Championship, where he almost won, but still it wasn't enough. You know what I mean? He's got to become an elite quarterback this year. You know what I'm saying? Elite quarterback is, making over the hump and getting into the dance and winning. Then you become elite. He's got to at least win 2 to become elite. At least 2. Hell, one will get you, eyeballs looking at you. 2 will get you like, yo, this is the guy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened with Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers never really won it. No, he didn't really win it. He only won 1 title. I never thought Aaron Rodgers was an elite quarterback. He won 1 title. Like I said, you win 1, that would get your eyeballs like, maybe he is elite. But it takes that second one. You know what I'm saying? You win it twice, then like, yo, this guy is the truth. This guy is elite. And Patrick Mahomes is a elite quarterback. Even though I don't like his face and his arrogance, but hey, when you can ball, you can ball. Pause. When you can ball, baby. And yo, he's got 2 championships. He's been to 3 Super Bowls. He won 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So, it's up to Josh. It's up to, the Bills coaching staff to get these guys ready to take care of business, man. Take care of business. You know what I'm saying? Take care of business. Still got Diggs and all that. Diggs is ready. There was a lot of talk of Diggs wanting to leave Buffalo. He was frustrated, I think. And, Josh has got to become elite, man. You know what I'm saying? He's got to win that 1 to get the eyeballs on him like, maybe this guy is elite. Then that second one is going to be like, yo, this is the guy. This is the guy that run it for the next 3-4 years. You know what I mean? And that's where Josh Allen has to take him, man. You know what I'm saying? That's where the team, you know what I'm saying? There's no more excuses, man. It's Super Bowl or nothing, man. You know what I mean? You don't win a Super Bowl this year, it's going to be all for nothing. All for nothing. You know what I mean? And then if they fail this year, and then you gotta question the coaching staff. You gotta question if this guy can take the team to the next level. Josh McDermott. See, the names are starting to come to me now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good at, Josh McDermott. Then you got to start to look at Josh McDermott. Does he have what it takes to get this team over the hump? Or do we need to bring in a coach like Kansas City did? You know what I'm saying? That can get the team on the hump and win a Super Bowl. If they don't do it this year, Josh McDermott, you got to look at Josh McDermott, which he has done a really great job this year. Let me rephrase that. Josh McDermott has done an excellent job in rebuilding this team, along with the GM, you know what I'm saying, Brian Bean, they have done an excellent job in building this team. I'm not saying McDermott has done a horrible job. He has done an excellent job, but is he the guy that's going to get us to the dance and win it? Does he have enough intellect to get us to the big dance? Does he have what it takes? I've seen, great games called by Sean McDermott, and then I've seen some games that made me go, why do you make that call? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see this year, guys. So, like I said, I think the Bills are going to win 11 games this year, maybe 12. You know what I mean? I'm not giving them no more than that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not falling for the banana and tail bite this year, man. They gotta prove themselves this year. You heard? So, man, let's go Bills. Shout out to everybody, the Bills Mafia. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo. You know what I mean? Upstate. Rochester, you know what I'm saying? Syracuse, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody upstate, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody who supports the Bills, who loves the Bills, you know what I mean? Shout out to everybody, man. But shout out to everybody who tuned into my podcast show, man. If you have YouTube channels, check me out on YouTube, man. It's Jupiter 9 Podcast Show on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube, man. But that's my take, guys. I am your gracious host, Jupiter 9. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And I just want to say peace and love to everybody. Take care. Let's go, Buffalo.